Okay, am I live? Am I live? Okay, I'm available on this stream. Okay, just give me a moment. I wanted to set something up today. Okay, why is this happening? I don't know. Okay, so we are live. Okay, I have no idea why I'm doing this particular stream today. We have not much expectations from this today. I will be telling you some of the goals that I wanted to achieve in this stream. But before that, I just wanted to set up some of the things today. Just give me a moment. Uh, I wanted to set something up. Okay. Yesterday's stream has been edited in here. Right. Today, okay, we have not added this. You will not be able to see, okay, what I am trying to say. But just give me a moment, huh? Okay. We have edited in here. Okay. Okay, so let's just start again. So this is a hackathon which was conducted by Meta and PyTorch and Infaced here. So maybe they are collaborating in it, and it was in a platform which is Scalar. Okay, if you have participated in, so it is good to know. And I think their date for the application was till 5 April, and if you are someone who wanted to join, you can join it from here. I guess this would be the link for you to join. You can just register it. It was till 3 April, okay, my bad. So you can join it, join this hackathon. It is a nice hackathon, and I just wanted to explore it on the live because I have nowadays I'm just having a very tight schedule. Okay, I was not able to give that much time to all the things that I really needed to give. Okay, and so that I thought why not give or why not do these type of streams here where I will be doing life project, or maybe something like this. Okay, well, let's see where it goes. If uh, I was not able to completely achieve my target, I will switch back. Okay, and this will not happen on a daily basis. Okay, on a daily basis we will only be doing the backend wala stream. This is happening for only today. Maybe tomorrow also. I don't know. If I feels like that it is a stream that I should do, I might be continuing it. Okay, and if I feels like that it is not working out, it is not that much efficient, I will do a separate stream for this, or maybe do something else. Let's see what I will do. We will think about it. But let's just focus on okay, this thing. So I am just uh, read read the problem statement, but I am not still clear about what is happening in here. Okay, so I will be giving you a brief overview what is happening. Okay, so in this hackathon, we are given to solve this thing, which was to build a real world OpenNV environment, okay, that an AI agent can learn through with these three operations. Okay, so these three operations are steps. Each step has been performed. Okay, and there is this which is being like you needed to reset all the environment, all the value, all the variable. Okay, and then there is state, which is like having all the states what is happening and every things that happens. Okay, so that is what we are going to build. Must stimulate a real world task. Okay, so the problem statement that we needed to uh, build, okay, or the environment that we need to build should be solving a real world problem, okay, or real world task, not just a game or the toy, because most of the RL wala thing that is just solving some of the toys things, okay, like let's suppose solving Sudoku, or maybe some of the basic example. They don't want to us to build those things, okay, as it has already built in quantity. So yeah, implementing the full OpenAI spec typed model. So there is these things that we needed to implement. These three I understand. OpenMV YAML, we will be going through with this. What is it? I still have no idea what is it, but I just wanted to solve this. The goal, there is two goal for me to doing this type of life. Okay, first was to solve it in the live because I have less time. Okay, I just wanted to give this thing much more time. So with this, there might be a case that this stream will be running a lot more than usual. Okay, because my usual stream was of 1 to 2 hours. Okay, but this stream might take much more time, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. I don't know if it can also end early, because if I feel like that I am not able to achieve what I wanted to achieve, so I might stop the stream and solve it offline. Okay, if I feel like it is not efficient. But what I feel like that when I trying to explain a problem statement, I was able to much more clear than rather than just reading it out and trying to understand. Uh, so yeah, that is why I'm doing a stream, and it is helpful for you guys also, because you guys will able to understand, and it is helpful for you guys will be able to understand, okay, how a hackathon problem gets solved. Okay, or yeah, let's see where it goes. And they wanted a minimum of 3 tasks, or how, yeah, one more thing I just wanted to know, yeah, how to break down a problem. Okay, because it is a tough skill to master. Okay, even though there is AI nowadays, but it is a good thing to the first break down a problem. Okay, I know I might also use AI that to solve some of the things. in here. I might not write the code from the very scratch, but I will first understand what they want, then break it down, understand the basic concepts, how this OpenNV works, okay? And then if I feels like I was able to understand it, I will try to do AI, because then I can do much more. I can give the AI much more context that yeah, this is how you should be doing it, or if it is doing something wrong, I was be able to debug it easily. Okay? So that is why I'm doing this stream to let you understand, ठीक है, कि क्या चीज होती है क्या चीज नहीं. Minimum three tasks with agent create. Okay, so we needed to replicate or create an environment where three tasks has been done. Okay, so one of them can be easy, another one of them can be medium, and then there could be a hard. Okay, and we needed to score it 0 to 1. Okay, the score should be 0 to 1. Meaningful reward function with parallel progress signal. Okay, baseline inference script with the reproducible source. ठीक है, तो we needed to create a inferencing script which will be judging that the task is right or not. I think so. That is what I was able to understand. ठीक है, deploy to Hugging Face. We needed to deploy it over the Hugging Face. ठीक है, just give me a moment. Okay, so yeah, we needed to deploy it over the Hugging Face space. So if you have no idea what Hugging Face space is, so they gave us this space where you can deploy your own. Okay, this is a model thing. Yeah, this is a space. Okay, so they give us this space, or you could say it as a virtual machine. Okay, uh, where you can deploy your whole project. Okay, and I have deployed, because if you have like deploy any project in cloud, you can able to understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so they just give us a virtual machine which you can connect, and likewise you can deploy it over the Hugging Face space. Okay, so I have a little bit of understanding. Okay, this thing I have deployed it, I think I don't know where when. I just forgot. It was 10 months ago, so I might forgot some of the basic things. So I will just go through that with the documentation. But yeah, that is how your these things works. Okay, then it is just uh, they have a like time limit. I think TTL, which is time to live. So they have set a TTL where the website gets down after some time. Okay, so it is not unlimited that you can deploy any website in here and it will be running unlimitedly. That is not the case. Okay, and there is a limit how much and what you can deploy in here. So yeah, but it is a good space where you can deploy your basic model, so that you can able to you can at least deploy the prototypes, you could say. Okay, and yeah, that is fine. It is not running. I don't know why. maybe there because it was 10 months ago, so there might be a case of some of the dependencies was crashing, or maybe I don't know that could be the case, but it is not going up. So yeah, let's just we will see when we reach to that point. Okay, firstly we need to uh, create these things, then we will think about it. Okay, what we need to do. Let's just focus on these things first. Read with the environment description. Together we needed to create these things. We needed to create the readme with the environment descriptions and actions and observation space and all the things. Together we needed to create a readme for that. There was this real world task stimulation. We needed to stimulate some real world task. Some of the example were email, try gay, and code review, data cleaning, scheduling, customer support, content moderation. So yeah, these are some of these things that they have given us the example of. Okay? And then there is open spec compliance. Okay? So implementing the full open in interface. Okay? We needed to create it. Typed observation, action, and reward identic models. So yeah, we needed to create it. Returning the observation and reward done info and reset. Okay? So these are all the things that we needed to create, or these are all the functionality that it should have. Okay? It should observe, take actions, they have like rewards, and they need it also to be updated over time. Okay? And all the steps should be in states, and this should return observation and reward. The state should return, yeah, the state of action should return observation, reward, how much, what is done. Okay? And the info, and it should restart. Okay? When it it is should restart, and when this okay, when we call restart this thing, what it should be doing, it should be returning the initial observations. मतलब it should be go to zero. ठीक है? Okay, the states returns the current state with which the agent was on. ठीक है? So that should be it. That is what it should be returning. And then yeah, we will be this is the thing that have I have told you to. We will be discussing it later. So yeah, openenv.yaml with metadata. Okay, okay. So openenv.yaml mein we should be having the metadata. Tested openenv validator. Validate. Okay, I don't know what this thing is. Okay. So these are all the things that we should have. Okay. Then there is something which is meaningful reward function. So we needed to create a meaningful reward function where we should be giving a reward to a particular action if it is correct, and if it is not, then we need to penalize it. मतलब means we need to decrease it. Okay? Providing the signal over the full trajectory. Okay? Not just the binary or the end of the episode. Reward partial progression towards the task's completion. Okay? Penetally lies clearly undescribable behavior, infinite loops, or destruction action. Yeah, we need to penalize it if it is a wrong action. Okay? If it is going in a loop, or whatever it is happening. Okay? If it is taking a destructive action, so we need to penalize it. Okay? On those actions. And there are this thing which is a baseline inferencing scripts. Okay? So let's just take a very good example. Okay? So that you guys can also understand, okay, what I'm trying to say. Let's say we are trying to create a coding review agent. Okay? So we have this environment. Okay? So where we can what we can do is, okay, let's suppose we have this piece of code. Okay? And let's say this piece of code is a incorrect one. Okay? So we have this agent. Okay, so what this agent can do, uh, okay, so what this agent can do, this agent can take two of these actions. So if it is taking this wrong approach, okay, so let's say this is a wrong code, and just let's just say this is a correct code. Okay, so for the correct code, we needed to add 100 as a reward. We needed to take 100 as a reward in the correct when agent take a correct code, and we needed to okay, we needed to subtract 50 maybe for it to implement a wrong code, or maybe not able to debug it. In wrong code there are different things that could happen. Okay, uh, it has covered some of the things. Let's suppose if you are trying to solve some code, it was able to solve it, but not fully. Okay, so that should penalize depending on it. Okay, so if it is able to let's suppose we can go line by line. The first line was correct, second line was correct, third line was not correct, so we can penalize it minus 50 for that particular line. Okay, so that particular line is incorrect, so we can then like create a score, or for to create a threshold of 0 to -1, we can decrease these things depending on it. Okay, so we can just subtract it by 0.050, and for this we can do one thing, 0.1, something like this. Okay, so this that is how it work. Okay, for now, and depending on the final output, if it is able to at the very end able to uh, solve the code or review the code and correct it accordingly. Okay, so depending on that thing, we will be able to we will be able to like update the policies or update the RL algorithm. So yeah, let's see what we will be doing. Okay. So there is this baseline interface script. Okay, so using the OpenAI client to run the model against the environment. Okay, so for inferencing we needed to use OpenAI client. Okay, so let's see if we will be using OpenAI client, or maybe we'll be using a free thing. Okay, maybe Gemini, maybe Grok. Let's see. Uh, read API credential for the environment. OpenAI just produce a reproducible baseline score on the all tasks. Okay, so these are all the functional requirements. Then there are these non-functional requirements which are to deploy it over Hugging Face, and we also needed to have a working Docker file and the documentation. So these are all the requirements that they have for us, and these are all the things that the evaluation criteria. Real world utility, if you are solving a real world problem, which is a genuine problem, not a toy case, it will be weighted as 30%. If the task and grade quality, are the task well defined? Do we have a task well defined and the objective is clear or not? Or do grader accurately and fairly measure success, meaningful, difficult progression? So it is able to, our grader can able to work properly. Depending upon that, it is we have 25%. Okay, then environment design, if we have a clean architecture and sensible action or observation space, okay, we are able to make or write a clean code. Okay, so it is 20 marks. Code quality, follow open if we are following open NV spec or a clean project structure. everything is cleaned and well documented and tested, and a Docker file, a working Docker file, so it will be a 15%. And the creativity and novelty, okay, so if we are able to, if we are choosing a novel domain, or if we are able to create original approach, okay, or a unique approach or a creative approach, so it will be marks 10%. And then these are all the things that we needed to do. Okay, so this is the inferencing script. Inferencing script mandatory. So these are all the mandatory things. Before submitting, ensure the following variable are defined in your environment. Okay, API base URL, the API endpoint of LLM. Okay, API endpoint of LLM. Okay, and then this is model name. Okay, the model interface to use for interference. So whatever model we are using, we need to have a .env of that part, and then we have HF token, your interface and API token. Local image name, the name of the local image for you, for use of the environment if you are using from Docker image method. Okay, so this is something that we need to read when we are creating the Docker image. Let's see what it should be included in .env. At least that was I was able to deduce. Let's see what this thing says. Default are set only the API base URL and model name. Okay. Defaults are set only for API base URL and model name. Defaults are set only for API base URL and model name. Okay. So these are all the defaults things that needed to be set, but it should be only for API base URL and model name, and should reflect your active inferencing in setup. API equals to this and model equals to this. So it should be coming, it could be coming from .env, or it could also be set as default. Okay, we can directly set it. Let's just see what we'll be doing about it. Yeah, so we can be taking it from .env, or we can be, but we must have to like set a default here. Okay, the inferencing script must name this thing. So whatever the inferencing script, it should be naming inferencing.py. Place it into the root directory of the project. We needed to place it into the root directory. Participant must use OpenAI for all the LLM calls using the above variable. We needed to use OpenAI client. We might not be using it. Let's see what we'll be doing. Okay. std out format. Okay, so what are the standard output format? This script must emit exactly 3 line type of std out in this order. Okay, start whatever the task name, then there is this environment benchmark, then there is this model name, step action. Okay, reward. Okay, in this step we initially we should be having all these things. Okay, this should be coming as an output, and then there should be a whenever we are like doing an action. Okay, so these are all the things that will be coming out as an output. So the second thing was step, what step it is. Okay, what is the action, and what is the reward, and done true or false if it is able to do what it needed to do, and the error message. Okay, and success. Okay, at the end what is the result of all the actions. Okay, so is it a success or not, and how many steps has been happened, or what are all the rewards, okay, or each steps. You can understand there are some set of rules. Is this a part of std format out? I don't know. Rules, I think this is something different. I think so. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know. Let's read. One start line at episode begins. One step line per step. Immediately after nv.step returns. Okay, whenever we are invoking nv.step, it should be doing uh, one line per step. Okay, one end. Okay, so for okay, got it. For every this should be happening for like the beginning. Okay, at the very beginning, and for every step this thing should be happening. Okay, or coming out, or the standard output format should be like this. Ki whenever we are doing whenever we are invoking nv.step, we should be seeing something like this. Okay, so this step should be in each after every step. If agent has taken one step, it should be giving this format output. Whatever whichever step it is, whatever action he has taken, whatever reward it has been taken, like uh, added, or maybe it has decreased. Okay, so and if it is done or not, and whatever the error message has come. Okay, so these all should be coming per step. One end after the nv.close, after it everything is being done. So this is the thing that should be coming out as output. Okay, always emit nv.expectation. Okay, even on exceptions. Okay, got it. Reward and rewards are formatted in two decimal. Okay, we can go to two decimals when we are distributing a reward. So we can't say 0.0001 or something like this. Okay, so we can the minimum that we can go 0.00, and after then we needed to start from 0.001, sorry, 0.01. Understandable. Done and success are lower boolean. Okay, true and false. Error is raw. Error is the raw last action error. Okay, string number if not. Error is the raw last action error string. Okay, so whatever error is coming, it should be this error should be the raw last action error string. Okay, whatever it is coming, or the null if none. Okay, so if it is none, it should be null. Okay, so null should be coming here as error. All field on a single line if null. Okay, then if nothing is coming, it should be null. Okay, got it. All the field in the single line with the with no new line with a line. All fields on single line with no new line with a line. Okay, so everything should be in a single line. Okay, there should be like not like we can go to the new line. It should be within a line. Okay, got it. So one of the examples would be, let's suppose we started something, we invoke this thing, and we dot start. At the very start, it should be showing, let's suppose, click test, okay? And the environment or the benchmark is minimum walk, okay? And the model we are using, it should be showing the name of that model. Then at the first step, it should be showing something like this, okay? In the second step, it should be showing something like this, okay? It is not done, so that is why it is coming as false, okay? And after then it should be something like this, and then the end happens, okay? Got it? I understand. Inferencing script engine, okay? We are using async, okay? And import text wrapper, I don't know why. Let's just see. From my nv v v4, what is it? uh pi. Hello. 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 Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. So I was just saying some of the things that needed to be done. Because this is example you can follow up from here. I just read these things that I've written in here. Okay. Okay. So if you have not known about what temperature is, okay, so you can think of temperature as, in context to LLM, is uh, how defer it should be from the fixed answer. Let's suppose if you have asked what is uh, who is the president of India. Let's suppose if you have asked this to an LLM, okay? I know it is a simple question, but I'm just taking it as example, okay? If you have asked this to any LLM, okay, so how much uh, rephrasing, or you could say it as how divert can it go to the origin from the original question while answering, okay? So that is what temperature means. If it if you can set it as 1, it might not divert from any from the original answer. Together it will be answering only what you have asked. Okay, so yeah, and then next token, how much maximum token do you want it to have? Success success score threshold. We should be normalizing it from 0 to 1, and the minimum, I think it should be going to till 2 decimal. So let's see what we'll be doing. Maximum possible reward. Each token contribution should be 0 0.1 across all these steps. Okay, we will be multiplying it from 0 0.1 to find the maximum reward per step that we can take, and according to that we can be distributing the maximum. We can calculate the maximum reward depending upon the maximum step we can able to take. Okay, and there should be a system prompt that will depend upon uh, reward we wanted it to have. Okay, so yeah, let's see this thing also. Or there might be a penalty for doing something wrong. So yeah, let's see what we will do. Respect with exactly 1 string. Okay, we will be logging from the very start, logging each step, logging the end. Okay, building user prompt. Okay, we needed to create some of the user prompt to fed it to the LLM or the inferencing engine so that it can modify based on the last message steps or reward to create the to send your next message. Okay, get model message. So whatever we are creating here, we will be saving it to in here, which one what we are doing, then we are passing it to the LLM. And yeah, we are doing it asynchronously by using WebSocket, I think. We are restarting it at the very start, then we are observing, we are setting the score to 0, then we are running a for loop. If the result is done, we will break the for loop, and then we are passing we are like getting the model message. Okay, we are getting the results from each step. For the very first step, there is no result, but going forward when we are iterating the loop, we will be getting the result. We are storing the observation, we are getting the reward, we are like also storing the work is, we are updating if the work is done or not, and initially the error is none. Then we are updating that reward on the rewards where we have created this reward. Okay, we have created a reward here, we have created history, we have created spent steps taken, we have created score, We are correct. Initially we have taken success as fail. Reward dot append reward step, take step, last thing. Okay, last reward. We are updating the reward. We are logging the step, and then we are appending it over the history. And if things are done, we will be breaking from this loop, and we will be coming out. I think why there is two of them. I don't know. Maybe I can be wrong, but I think we might be able to solve it if we even if we uh, remove one of them. I think so, because this thing I don't think so. This thing is required. I don't know. Let's see. This is how we are calculating the score. Sum of the rewards divided by the maximum total reward. If the maximum reward is greater than 0, else the score is 0. This is how we are calculating the score, and we are updating the score by initially the score, whatever the score we have calculated in here, we are comparing it with 0 0, whichever is greater. We are then comparing it from this and this, and we are taking the minimum, and that is how we are able to calculate the score. I think this is happening because we don't wanted it to go below 0 or greater than 1, so that is why we are doing this thing. And for the success, how do we do this thing? I don't know. Success is score. If the score is greater than a success score threshold, okay, so we are marking it as true. Maybe we have to compare it in here. Okay, if gets true. Finally, we are doing a try and catch. Awaits if everything goes as we planned. We are closing the environment, and if it is not the case, we are printing the whatever error we are facing log, and we are then updating the log end. And yeah, we are doing this asynchronously pre-validation script. Okay, these things are something. Let me just take a break. I will be back. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Uh, Hello. Okay, so the pre-validation. Let's just read the pre-validation script. Okay? Let's start from here. We have understand how a sample inferencing script should looks like. Okay, so let me also see how this thing looks like. Yeah, validation. Okay, pre-validation script. I don't know what does that mean, but let's just see. I think we also have to explore. Yeah, this thing. We needed to explore this thing. Okay, how is it working and create a basic thing. Okay, let's just see. Yeah, so we might also have to explore these things together to understand how does the open-envy work. And there are different things that we needed to explore to get to the point where we were able to deliver the solution together. Let's just see. Do they have their own docs? I don't think so. Okay. We needed to explore so many things to be able to understand what is going on. Okay, let's just first try to understand this thing. Where was it? Okay, this pre-validation wala part. Okay, then we will be going to go through with this thing. Okay, I have cloned this thing, but let's see where we goes. Okay, the validation script.sh open env submission validation validator. Okay, check if check that your hf space is live. Okay, we needed to make our hf space live and check if it is live or not. Okay, and then we needed to create our own docker image. Okay, and the openenv validator parser. Okay, I don't know how does we going to make this thing. Okay, so we will be skipping it for as of now. We will be thinking of it as a black box. Going forward, we will be able to understand what does this mean, because if it is not the case, let's see how we will be exploring many documentation to be able to understand what does this thing mean. But right now, I'm just wanted to read forward. Okay, so what are the requisites? Okay, so we needed to have Docker installed. I think we needed to install pip install openenv core, and we also needed to install curl. Okay, to be able to download something if we need it. Okay, we needed to curl this thing. Okay, I don't know what this thing is. Download run locally con. Okay, is it like is it something like a mcp? Okay, is it something like a mcp where we needed to I think this is something like this thing. Okay, which is like, let's suppose we have a client and then we have a server. So we needed to activate the server to be able to communicate with it. And the client, I think in this case is client is the inferencing engine, and the server is the openenv. And least that is what I was able to understand. But let's see if I am wrong or maybe I am right. So to validate the submission, we needed to download this thing. Let's just skip this thing also for right now. Okay, we will be coming back to this thing, and I know I am skipping some of the things. Okay, but we will be coming on those topic also. Okay, because these things for for to able to understand these things, we needed to have a basic understanding of some of the thing of like open how OpenMV works. Okay, only then we are able to understand what these things mean. Okay, so that is why I'm skipping those things. Okay, argument, uh, pin URL. Okay, your Hugging Face space. Okay, so my Hugging Face space where my environment has been deployed, maybe that is what they mean. And these are all the arguments, and there is one more argument which is part to your repo. Okay, wherever my repo is being deployed, or my all the source code has been written. Okay, and there is something which is like example. Okay, an example, let's go. Okay, they have given us example where we needed to run this thing to be able to validate our submission. Okay, okay, I still don't get this part particularly, and I think I will be able to understand it better if I've gone through with this module today. So I will be skipping this for now, as of now. What I was able to understand is, okay, there are two ways to validate our submission. One of them was to directly do it like this, where my Hugging Face space wherever I've deployed my overall environment. Okay, so that URL I needed to submit it like this, and it will be telling me some response. Okay, and another way was to also submit my repo with it. Okay, at least that was what I able to understand from this thing. Okay, so just go forward. Let's go forward. We needed to set some of the things. Okay. Okay. I think before we understand all these things today, we should be going with, we should be able to, or we should be going this first, okay, to be able to understand what are all these things, because this thing will only happens when we are able to create our first agent, okay, and to create our first agent, we needed to understand, or to create our first RL agent, we needed to understand how does all these things are working, and we needed to firstly create like test on the sample data which they have given reference of. Okay, so let's go with this thing first. Okay, so I think in the readme I have read the readme, so I will be summarizing it because you don't need it to understand it in much depth. Okay, so these are some prerequisites that you have to have a knowledge of. You have to knowledge of some a basic how does the Python work. Okay, so some of the functions to be able to understand the code. Okay, even if you generate it with the help of AI, you need to have a basic level of understanding how is this thing happening. That is why I was able to understand what is this thing is doing. Okay, familiarity with Hugging Face environments, yeah, that is what I have, because I have deployed some of the Hugging Face space, so I know how to do it again. Okay, so I have deployed two of the space, which was this and this. Okay, okay, and no RL experience required. Okay, so the basic level of RL is not required to be able to complete or to be able to create our own RL agent our own RL environment, okay, with the help of OpenMV. How to use this course? Each module has two parts, okay, so each module has two parts. One of them was to one of each module contained two parts. One of them was readme and another one was notebook.ipimb. Readme contain all the concept and the architecture which we should be reading first, okay. Then we should be going with the notebook.ipimb, okay. Hands-on code open in Google Colab and run top to bottom. Okay, we can do this, or we can do one more thing. We can okay we can do it on the Open Collabs. Okay, we will be opening it in the collab. Okay, I will directly be uploading it in the collab. Okay. Some other things that we needed to do before we go forward was to firstly pip install this thing and clone this repo locally, okay, and set the path, I think, and this is a basic, I think, this is a basic thing or the sample thing, okay, the sample Hugging Face space. This is how our Hugging Face also looks like, okay, so this is how it should be looking like, okay. So they have given a sample reference here. If you type all, I think it should be called tool, okay, so that is how they have created this thing, okay. So I have also okay, what was should be written in here, hello, I guess, no? Echo hello, I think that is what should be written here. And let's just try to reset first. Everything is been yeah, if you press, there should be three options: set, reset, and get the state, okay. So reset will be doing all the observation to 0, okay, and the reward to be 0, and done as false, that we already have discussed in the in here, okay. We have discussed in here what should be the role of it, okay. So I will not be repeating it. Then this is the first step. I have given some of the arguments, okay. Okay, it's showing some error. I think it is showing some error because of how we define this argument. I don't know how to define the argument according to them, okay. Submit the improvement via OpenMV documentation for more information. HTTP native, okay, CLI. Okay, so I don't know if they have given us that thing or not. RL in 60 seconds. Do they have given me an instruction where I was able to understand? I need to go through with this thing also, I think, because they have also given me example of, yeah, I will just Firstly, I wanted to understand how what are the arguments I should be passing in here. Okay, call tool. Okay, uh, it should be uh, what was it in here? Echo hello. I think it hello. It is giving me an error, but I don't know. Let me go to the GitHub. Okay. Uh, let's try to search it in here first. Okay. Echo hello. What was it? Echo hello. Open NV. Let's try to search it over here. Let's see if we get what we wanted to search. Uh, they might have given it in here somewhere. Yeah. This is how it's. They have created some of the references. Getting started. Plot 1 tutorial. I think. OpenNB RL 2024. GRPO. These are the techniques. I think. I'm just trying to search something. Okay. Just a moment. They have given some of the example. Okay, where was it? Echo MCP demo. I think it should be written somewhere here. Tool name, argument is to key and value. I have given it as a key and value. I don't think so. I have not given it as a key and value. Input is this. It should be a valid dictionary. I think that is how it looks like. But what should be the message? Let's suppose it is hello. Okay. How is they have defining this thing? Okay. Let's just search it in here because they have given some examples. That how it should be. Where was it? Success step score reward. Success score threshold. It was passing as message, right? We are accessing it as dot message or maybe as this. Let's try to do it like this. It is still some invalid thing. Let's try it as message. Still not showing how it should be. I know how this thing is working. Okay. Guys should not be passing it like this. Maybe is what they are saying to me. Still not a valid. So how should it be? Maybe a space. Then this. Maybe like this. I don't know. Let's go to this documentation. Okay. They have outputting it, but I don't know if I get the source code of this thing. Only then I was able to understand what they are trying to get. Actions are these observations. They are importing it from the core, OpenNV core, which was should be in here. OpenNV should be in core, from core where they are going. NV server. In the NV server, they are going to the MCP type, which was MCP type in here. From here, they are getting all the things. I think so. Model dot done. Tool protocols. What are the protocols in a variable field as this? Input is JSON format tool input parameter. These are all the parameter for the tool, right? Input schema is like this thing, string or any. Array type, times out, execution error. Which type of error we are getting? Argument error one valid error, one validation error for calling tool action. I don't know. Category as description, extra configuration. They also have not given some examples so that I was able to understand what they mean. And they are saying I should be passing it as this thing. Okay, we can do one thing. Is this thing has the docs? No, a redoc. Is it a MCP? So let's do one thing. Okay, let's try to see what is happening when I'm trying to. Okay, let's say if I wanted to call a tool, okay, and say invoke what? Invoke hello or what? And let's just pass hello, okay, and let's just reset. Which endpoint is it invoking? Is this the one? We are invoking which endpoint? Let's try to see this thing. Guardio query data. Okay, let's try to search this API. We are not able to access. This is the website, I think. I should be able to see something, right? Okay, this is the website. We are getting close. Echo NV, it is Echo NV. Okay, we are invoking the right thing. Now just see what is happening in here. In the environment, what is the core? In the environment, MCP, HTTP server, what are the types that they wanted us to pay? These are all the possible extensions. What is the format? Where are the models? I wanted to know MCP types. JSON RCC. Okay, these are all the things. These are all the possible methods or tool calls. Okay. Okay. Non-readable description of what the tool does. List of tools. Default we have list of tools. We are calling it like this, and we are passing the name. This is the thing I think what we are giving it as argument. Let's just search what to pass here in argument. Okay, let's just try to search for this. Give me a sample. Argument should looks like something like this, I think. Okay, we should be having something like, let's suppose even in the tool name, okay, where are the list of tools we can call it. Do we have what we are invoking? We are invoking echo NV, right? Do we have this echo NV? Okay, we don't have it in here. Wherever it is, how can we search it in here? Okay, I am not getting the idea. We can duplicate it. LLM generic client, and do they have shared the documentation? Okay, they do have shared their documentation also. We can read it from here. HTTP NV environment. Okay, we can restart contribution documentation. Let's just use this thing. This is how it is working. Okay, but they have like given a sample input that it should be something like this. They should have, right? Echo environment. Title is echo environment. Tag is OpenNV. The message is hello. It should be doing this, but I think what I am doing wrong is I am just passing the wrong tool name, or if I will be passing the right tool name, I should be able to do what I wanted to do, but I'm not getting what I wanted. That is the tools, I think. Git server client and local Python executor. Okay, we have two tools here. Okay. Let's take a simple one. Okay, Git server client. What this thing is doing? Connecting to Gateway instance. Okay, I needed to connect it with Gateway user. Okay, now let's just see this thing. Because for that I needed to set something up, which was I think this thing. I needed to create an API key or maybe a something. Okay, so I just wanted to skip that part. Let's just see this thing. Okay. Python executioner. So yeah, this is the class that is being executed. Okay, so what it is taking as it has a constructor of this thing which we have self dot extra executor, and we have okay, we are calling it from here, and this thing is where I mean calling it from. Okay, slow agent. Okay, a local MCP. I think it is a local MCP where we can execute our Python code. Okay, if we wanted to. I'm just creating a constructor over here, and we are passing all the things as input. This thing I am have a clear idea. Okay, how is it working? But I wanted to see how models looks like here, because it is showing me what are the things here, but it is not showing how are it working. Yet we can call a py executor. We can call this. We can call refo also. We are calling it from. Okay, for this part also I needed to set up that thing which I really don't wanted to. So let's just go forward with this thing. We have this code, we have this container, we have this, we understand what is inside this thing together. We have basic transformer, we have theme which is defining how this thing is looks like together. We have Guardian UI, we have HTTP server which is doing what is which is creating the web socket which we have already defined in here. Okay, so this is this file. Okay, that is how it is happening. I don't want to read it line by line to be able to understand. Okay, so this is where inferencing happening. Okay, we are using okay, they have created their own protocol. I don't think so. Or is this the case? Okay, they are importing it from the typing. Okay, I thought they are creating their own protocol. Okay, so this is just you could say it as a black box. Just skip that part. Okay, you don't need it to be aware of what this thing does. Okay, apply chat template decoder. We are creating a transformer. We are okay in the here we are creating the environment. Okay, we are passing the abstract class and the generic thing. Okay, we are creating the this thing. We are doing a reset. Hmm? Okay, so we are resetting it from here, resetting the environment, step async, but sometimes other than the key argument. What are the key argument? I wanted to know the key argument. Why is it this complex to okay, there was this thing. I think this is where I was able to understand how is thing being serialized list MCP active type identic the serialization of actions, the serialization of action with process. So we needed to pass the argument, okay, how we are deserializing the observation and what was the tool name, okay, the code, we have some tools, right? What are the name of the tool? I execute now I need to pass this thing here. I executed, and for that thing all tool list of all tool all tool action. They are using faster server, they are using a client model.py identic echo action, just a message. We should be passing it like this, right? I don't know. At this point of time, I really don't know. I'm just doing whatever I'm thinking could be right. Echo. And hello. And let's try to see if this works. Are we getting what we wanted it? Oh, check. Okay, I'm just reading the wrong thing today, and why I'm doing this. PNB, echo, PNB. Uh, let's try to see if this thing works. Okay. The environment class asynchronously this client await. Docker image is this thing. Okay, let's just see the Docker image. Docker image. Let's just see. There is no such thing. This might be the name of local Docker image. Okay, restart. When you are pressing the restart, this thing is happening. Send multiple messages. Okay, we can do one thing also. We can pass it like this. If this is what we are doing wrong, this is also not good. Messages. Yes. Action is echo action. Okay, that is the correct thing. Okay, I know that much. Tool name or the action name is just thing. Okay, this is on the observation. I really don't know. Is this thing even correct? I don't know. Hmm? Message. Okay. There was some other classes with events. Hello, hello. I'm audible. That is good to know. So yeah, uh, I find the bug. I think the UI is not working because whenever I'm like curling it over the, whenever I'm curling it, it is working perfectly fine. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose, okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, let's just wait. If I'm curling it again, we are uh, like doing a post together, and then we are like are passing action together. So in the action we are passing type and in a type as call tool, okay, type name as echo message, the same as we have passed in the UI, and the argument as message and hello. Okay, we were able to get some of the response, okay, that we should have. Where this data this is error, which is false, and the error is null, and the reward is null, done false. Yeah, we if we cover this to some extent, we will be able to get what we wanted to. Okay, so the text is it is returning the same text. Okay, but it is not working in that part only. Okay, in the UI. So yeah, that is why it is not working. It is not at the error of the website, but the UI is broken, I think. So thing is not talking. Let's just close this thing. Let's just close this thing. We will be reading this thing, and we will be closing this, and this. We will be reading it from here also. Again, we will be reading it from here. Maybe not. Let's see. There are some example of how this thing is working. Okay. Because yeah, I have run this thing. Okay, so that is why I've known that this thing is working, but the UI is broken, I think, because when we are running it with, with the help of notebook IP20 somewhere here, okay, it is working completely fine, which was not the case with this. Today we are echoing it. It is not working. I don't know why is it happening, but yeah, we will be seeing. Okay, so let's just move on till here. Okay, so let's just first read the readme.md of this thing. Okay, these are two different. Yeah, okay, so let's start with here. Module 1, why OpenNV? From the cart poll to production RL. So if you have not know what cart poll is, so it is something like this. So this is the very first RL experiment that we have implemented upon. Okay, so yeah, from here to the production RLs. Okay, the RL loop in 60 seconds, so we will be understanding it. Reinforcement learning, if you not have known what RL is, it is reinforcement learning. It's a loop where we will be like looping it till we get the done, or till we have till we have maxed out our, or till we have exhausted our maximum steps that we have defined. So in each thing, what is happening, we are observing what is happening. Okay, even if it is at the very start, we are doing it action which was chosen based on the policies. Okay, and then there are some reward based on the action that we have taken. Okay, and then we are updating the policies based on the reward that we are getting. Okay, if it is a negative thing that has happened as action, okay, so we are updating the policy. If it is a positive thing, then also we are updating some policies. Okay, so that is what happening. This is repeating itself. Okay, we are observing, we are taking action, we are repeating, then we are observing, then we are taking action, then we are rewarding. So this thing is what that is what happening. And an agent is interacting with an environment, gets feedback, improve every RL system from game bot to LLM fine tuning with GRPO. So if you have not known about GRPO, so I think I have made notes of it. Okay, so I have done it before. It was in here, I guess. Okay. Let's see if I have notes with me, so that I was able to explain it to you also. There is agentic AI. I think will be somewhere here. Okay, DPO model. Okay, I have this thing with me, but where was that code? Okay, this thing is the. Okay, so these are all the things that I have studied before. Okay. So what are they talking about again? GRPO. This should be a policy, I think. Types of fine tuning. It should be somewhere here. DPO, then DPO जो optimized version है. Okay. DPO and I'm just forwarding what was like this. Let me copy from here. Did it go? Okay. Just we are searching for this. GRPO should be somewhere here, right? This quantization, which is not the thing that we are covering. Where did it go? This is PEPT, which is also we are not covering. This is part of this thing. Reinforcement learning. I have not covered it in depth. I think I have not covered it in depth. But I'm using it in somewhere here. Right? Is it an image? Okay. Or not an image. Controller. Okay, there was only one GRFO, but we have not covered it. We have covered LoRa and these all things, but we have not covered this thing. So let us see over the internet. Okay, so it was a modified version of PPO. I have read about PPO, but I have not read about. Okay, where did okay. I have read about PPO and these things. Okay, DPO, PPO. How is it working in reinforcement learning? Okay, with human feedback. But I have not read about GPO because in PPO what is happening is we are giving a query, the policy is being made based on there is already a policy we are observing, we are reference rewarding and value, we are taking some action based on that, we are then based on the reward we are like updating the policy and we are like doing it constantly. Okay, but I think in this we are taking multiple observation as consideration and taking multiple reward as consideration to update the policy. Okay, so maybe we are going to do the till the end. I think that is what I was able to understand. Video on fine-tuning. We have policy, we have group response, okay, all the response, and then we have all the rewards, what are the advantages, all policies, we are updating it based on that. Okay, so we have okay reasoning LLM using GRPO, we have data, we have system prompt, we are tokenizing it, then we are giving it to the LLM, then the VLLM sample engine is generating some of the response, then this response is then being monitored, and based on the responses we are calculating the reward, and then this reward is being aggregated into single thing, maybe what reward aggregator. Okay, So reward server, this is okay. This is done by the inferencing engine. Okay, this is telling if the response is correct or not. Then this response is being aggregated, and based on like it is marking it by per step. For the first step, this is the reward. The second step, this is the reward. Third step, this is the reward. Fourth step, this is the reward. Then there is GRPO loss calculator. Then through backward progression, we are updating the policies. This will overall update the model. So this is an aggregate thing because we are updating based on different rewards, different response. But in normal PPO, we are not doing this because we are calculating per step. I think, yeah, we are calculating per step. I think, yeah, at the very end, maybe. Let's just see what was happening in this thing. रिवॉर्ड बेस्ड लर्निंग में तो होते हैं जो ज़्यादातर सीपीयू जो यूज़ करता है चैट जीपीटी में अपने मॉडल पे ट्रेन करने में ओके देन डीपीयू जो ऑप्टिमाइज वर्जन है ओके aligns LLM output with human response. So yeah, it is calculating only a single step. Okay. Is this response is correct or not based on its correctness? It is updating it. Okay. Okay. This is a part of it. There was, let's suppose we have a patent model, we are doing a SFT, and then this SFT is testing based on the RLHF, which is reinforcement learning human feedback, that if it is correct or not. Then based on that correctness, it is calculating it. And the optimized version of that part is GRU, where we are accumulating all the things, and based on that we are updating the policies, which is done in I think DeepSeek R10. Okay, got it. To a certain extent, yeah, PPO is done by GPT and GRPO is done by DeepSeek. I was able to understand it to some extent. Okay. I'm still not aware about what is the math behind it, but yeah, I was able to understand it a little, and that should be more than enough, I think. Yeah, the agent interact with the environment and get the feedback. Okay, that is also what is happening inside here also, right? Because we are accumulating all the responses in the end. We are getting all the rewards, cumulative reward. Okay, so why the GM falls short for LLM training? OpenAI GM is standard for RL research. It works great for this thing. Okay, card poll. So we have already seen what is a card poll. Okay, but when you try to use it in the production LLM, problem arises. So what are the problem challenges? Type security. Gymnasium, what is this? Observation 03. So it does not know about what this thing is. What actually needed is something like this: observe.info state. Update state should be maintain it like this. We should be calling the state something like this. Okay. ID no. Isolation, same process, can crash training. Docker container fully isolated. Okay, so if we are doing everything in the same if we are doing all the thing in the same thing together, if something crashes, everything will be going to crash. The same ideology or philosophy as why we needed microservices over monolithic server or monolithic architecture. So yeah, that is why we have introduced a Docker container, fully isolated it. Okay. Is this something a thing that is realistic? Gymnasium. Open AI. Okay, is something. Okay, this is the direct computer of them. Okay, that is what I was able to understand. Maybe this is their competitor that they are trying to compete against. Yeah, this they are doing the same thing, right? They are running it over the box. They are observing it. So they are doing most of the thing simultaneously, like similarly. But they are trying to solve some use case, some real world use case, because this is happening in here. Okay, they are running all the things uh, in the same process, but they are doing differently. They are introducing a Docker container. Here they are fully isolating everything. Working on my machine deployment is happening. Working on my machine, it is happening. Same container everywhere. So we can run this thing everywhere. Scaling hard to distribute. So it is hard to distribute. We can deploy it to the Kubernetes because we are making a Docker container. So yeah, that is totally understandable. I don't know how this thing happening, but yeah, this is pretty much possible. Okay. Language we are using Python here, or any language via HTTP. Okay. So we can also use Go, right? In here. At least that is what I was able, that is what I am able to understand. We can use Go also. Debugging crypty numeric array, clear type array. So they have distributed the type array. Here the things are divided into cryptic new numpy error, but here they are clearly that is what happening in here also. I think it was somewhere here, somewhere in, they have divided the error together. We are, whenever we are getting error, we was able to understand that this is the particular error that we are getting. So it is easier to catch or easier to debug. The core idea is assume your environment run the same process as your training code. Okay. So they assume where you are coding it, it should be running in there. Let's suppose if we are uh, running it locally, so they are thinking that you are running the deployed one is also running in locally, which is not the case. Okay, so that's fine for research. That is fine for research, but it is disaster for production. So this is, they are solving a use case which is somewhere related to production. Okay, not the disaster. Okay, got it. OpenMV philosophy. RL should be microservices. Okay. Yeah, that is what I am also saying. Okay, so their philosophy, yeah, their philosophy is definitely microservices because they are isolating this Docker container, and that is totally understandable. You don't run your database in the same process as your web server. Yeah, that is the case because you don't run your web server. You needed a separate web server to run your database. Okay, sample sample principal application to RL environment. I don't know, maybe this guy who is made all these things is a uh, guy who is expert in backend, especially. That is what I was able to understand. Okay, and they are have a nice team running in the container security plus stability. What are they providing? They are just justifying this themselves. Standards are HTTP API, work for any languages. We are using WebSocket or the HTTP because these things are a totally different thing together. I don't know. Version 80, which is Docker image, reproducible everywhere. Yeah, if you have a Docker image with you, you can reproduce it in any OS. Okay. Scalable, deploy to cloud with one command. Okay. Type safe, catch bugs before they happen. Okay. That is a funny statement. Your training code, okay? So this is where our code training code is. We have NV where we invoking base URL where our Docker fast API container is being deployed. That is understandable. And we are resetting it. Okay, so wherever we wanted to have communication with, we can communicate it directly. We have the Docker container deployed somewhere. For our use case, we need to deploy it over the HF space, which is good to know. And then there is fast. They are using a fast API server. That is why they are claiming in the start. If you have missed that part out, that their worker can in default they have 4 workers and maximum concurrent environment that they are able to handle is 10. मतलब maximum web sockets services per worker. मतलब one worker can be able to handle 100 of web socket, which is a contradicting statement because I was not able to understand this thing because I don't know, they are just maybe they are done a Claude wala part, that is why they are okay, this repo is okay, this is the original repo. So this repo is created by Claude, or maybe the most of us has doing their readme with the help of Claude. So, yeah. This is a confusing statement here together because why is that? Because here they have said that they are using 4 workers, okay, at default, and each worker can able to handle 100 concurrent environment. Then here they are dealing with 8 workers. A single container can handle itna. This should be the case for if 8 workers per session should be around 256. So that is what I am saying. That is fine with the help of UVCon. Okay, that is understandable. This is not a video. This is not live around how fast API works or how UVCon works. So that is why I'm not explaining it to you. I am thinking that you have basic understanding of these things. Okay. The client uses the /ws WebSocket endpoint by default. You never see the HTTP details, just clean Python method. Okay, dot reset under the hook, and this thing, the three method interface. So this is resetting it. We have already discussed it, and this is taking that as action. Okay, and this is getting all the states, and this is how the structure look like in our environment. We should be having model in here and the client.py in here, and the server. Inside the server we should be having the environment.py and app.py and docker file. Here it should be have clearly defined the types, type safety contract. It should be continuing action environment state. What you import in training code. Okay, games to simulation logic. Okay, fast API server, container definition, site servers running, server side running in Docker. So we needed to run our Docker in here, and that is be able to connect it with here the local training code. But the server should be running in the Docker. And the client side, yeah, we should have given these options, which is defined in here to be able to invoke. And we have a sync wrap for notebook. Okay, same inferencing on the both side. Yeah, that is to be expected. Communication via WebSocket for focusing on RL. For simple MCP based environment like Echo environment, the interference is tool. The inference interface is tool based instead of invoke.list tool and invoke.call tool. Hmm. I don't know what this statement means for simple MCP based environment like Echo environment. The interface is tool based instead. But we need to make it tool based. Okay, got it. Where we able to call the tool on the MCP space environment, which is deployed over the Docker. What's next in this notebook? You will be connecting to three rail hosted environment: Echo, Open, Spile, Catch, and Text Arena model, and interact with each using the same pattern. Key takeaway: every open NV environment has the same three method interface. Once you have no one, you know them all. Okay, got it. So yeah, we have a basic understanding of how this thing is working. At least that is what I think. But let's try it down on the lab. Okay, let's try it out. I wanted to upload it from local. We have it in here before. It was module one. Yeah, notebook I think. Okay, we got what we needed. Okay, but before we go forward, we have to do some prerequisites that they have told us. GPU not required, which is good because the difficulty is bigger. Okay, we needed 15-minute type to understand this thing. Where was it? There are some things that I needed to implement uh, before I go forward. It was what? Let's go to here. Okay. These are all the things. We should be having this thing. I have copied it, right? Or we have to clone this thing, I think. You know, let's clone it just in case. Okay. Quick install -q. Let's see. What was it? Connecting to the environment. Error: the execution can't send message to the runtime. Not connected to runtime. How is that? Uh, change the runtime. It was CPU, right? Latest Python. Everything looks fine to me, but why is it? Let's just try retry to rerun it. Then I can do one thing. Let me restart the session. Okay. see. Okay, it's working now. Just in case, we should be also cloning it. Okay. Stabilizer in here. Okay. We should have put in the depth to one. Let me do one thing. This thing works? Is this how it works? Okay. I wanted to not fetch all these three because with the help of depth equals to 1 we can able to fetch only one commit, the latest commit, the last commit that we have. I don't want to fetch unwanted commit, so let it do the work. All things set up. I think now we have this what we needed. We have this environment. If we wanted to have a look of it, I think we already have seen it here. Just for your reference, I will be yeah, this is how we have already, because the UI is broken, so that is why it is not working, but it is work. It should be working in here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, it is working here. It has taken step count equals to 3. Okay, so let's just read. Invoking MCP tool client, it exposes the tool. So this is the, you could say, MCP tool client. Not raw restart evo MCP method. So these are all the method. Okay, it was defined in here. List tool or call tool. Okay, and we are using async to wrap them automatically. Okay, so for to be able to have a WebSocket. Okay, you could say that. Then we are doing it asynchronously. Okay, to be able to manage multiple WebSockets. Okay, multiple WebSocket sessions. Okay, if it needed, but for this case I think it is only invoking a single WebSocket session. Okay, because we are only invoking a single thing. Then we have tool dot nv dot enlist tool. Okay, so what is the output of this thing? Available tool echo message. So yeah, this is the same thing that we are using. Okay, but it was not working. I think it was the UI, and the argument is the same. The message to invoke back. We should be able to access it, but I don't know. Maybe the UI is not working, or yeah, that is what I able to understand. I also have given it to the cloud. They has drawn the same conclusion to it. Returning type, then let's suppose we are invoking the message like this, hello nv, and it is also returning me back this thing. Okay, when we are invoking the this tool spring and echo with length, it is returning me this thing. It's returning me the length of the this thing. Okay, and the total step it has taken, step count equals to 3. The 3 method, that's the entire API. 3 methods, that's the entire API. Every opening will work exactly like this. Okay, so that is how. So this is from the client side. Okay, so this is how it looks like from the client side. That is what you need to understand. Okay, and what is this? Let's just first search. Okay, what is it? Then we will be, so that we will be able to understand. mind, multi-game, RL library. But what is it? I don't get it. OpenAI Catch is a simple single-player reinforcement learning used primarily for deployment and fast experiment. Key points are game mechanism. The player control a pedal at the bottom of the grid and must. Okay, so it was okay. Okay, I got it. What it is? Okay. If I have the image for it, let me have an image, image. I understand, but I don't find the image. Let's try to search this thing. Okay. Yeah, this is how it looks like. Okay. If I have a better example with me, okay, do we have? Okay, where was it? I think it should be somewhere here. Okay. Environment, model, this thing, Hugging Face, HTTP Hugging Face. Okay. So this is the thing I do. Okay. For the paddle, and we will be able to see here what it looks like. Okay. Uh, where was it? Should be somewhere here, but it was not here. I don't know why. Because they have given us the option to see what they are trying to do. Docker issue model OpenTNB API testing Docker all game.sh client invert readme. So you could think of it as an image because I have taken their live session and they shown us this thing. Okay, where was it? I don't know. Where was it? Was this down? I don't know. Where was it? Okay, this is the example of Kearney, dear Kearney stone. They have also shown the example of that part also, I think so. Wonder fairly, maybe not, maybe yes. I don't know. Because okay, where was that part looking? Okay, where we are able to look that game. Yeah, that is what I'm trying to find the custom option. It has it. This thing also should be having it, but I don't know why it is not showing me. Okay, it should be showing me something like this in here. But it is not. I don't know why. Let's try to see one thing here. We are getting the option to see. Where was it? Okay, this thing and this thing is the similar, and I will be closing this one. We were able to see this thing, right? Let's try to see it. Let's say if it is some kind of game, because yeah, this has contained it. Okay, but I don't know why this thing is not having it. Maybe I don't have it. I don't know. But let's say this is a type of a game. Okay, now let's connect to the real game. Catch is a simple single player game for deep minds open spiral. Okay, a ball fall from top of 100 10 or 10 into 5 grid. Okay, you move a pedal left right to catch it. Action equals to अगर if you are pressing 0 so you are going left. If you are pressing 1 you are like staying on your place. If you are pressing 2 you will be moving rightward. ठीक है, so for each thing ठीक है we are getting a reward of +1 if we catch the ball. ठीक है, you can think of it as something like this. Let's suppose, okay, my bad. uh, let's suppose this is what it does mean. ठीक है, तो this ball is falling from here and you have a bat with you, or you can say you have, okay, my wait, this one. How can I select it? Let's just delete it. Let's make a straight one. So yeah, I make a little bigger. Let's remove it. So let's say if this ball is being dropped from here, okay. So let's suppose if you are able to catch this ball with this pedal, okay. If do you needed to like move this pedal somewhere? Let's suppose you are in your initial position is somewhere here. If you needed to move your ball to right towards right to rightwards, okay, to be able to catch the ball. So that is what the experiment is. Okay. Uh, okay, got it. I think this server is not working properly. That is why we are getting this error. Yeah, 404. Sorry, we can't find the page we are looking for. So this thing is not working. So this thing might not work. Okay, so we will be moving to next thing, which is text arena bordel. Okay. The text arena is a text-based game environment. Wordle given you 6 attempts to guess a 5-letter word with color code feedback after each guesses. Okay, so we are guessing 5 words. So let's suppose we have 5 boxes. Okay, initially they are all are blank. We are getting 6 attempts. So let's suppose we are getting 6 attempts. So let's suppose if we are guessing the first one as A, if it is correct, it is going to give us a red color. Sorry, it is going to give us a green color. Together, if it is correct, and if it is not the case, then it is going to show us a red color because it is incorrect. Okay, so we needed to maybe we can set if it is not correct, just don't do anything. Just reward to be 0, or if it is correct, then the reward should be +1 for the complex task. Okay, this is the simple task. Okay, so that is why we are not uh, subtracting or making any penalty on any action. Okay, so we are not making any penalty on any action because this is simple task. So we can just give a reward if we are correct, and we can be neutral if we are not correct. Okay, so let's see if this server is working or not. Okay, okay, this thing is also not working. I don't know then why they have given us thing. Okay, this, let us see, is this the same? These are the same, right? Okay, these are the same. Where did I find Okay, I have find it in here, which is good to know because I can replace it maybe. Because can we do one thing? From text arena, environment, from environment, we are getting the result. Okay. We can run it locally. Uh, it is not work. It will not work because I think. But the what inside text okay env text arena text arena inside this we have something like uh, inside this we should be having something like models, and from here we are uh, we are invoking this thing using it in here. So let's just do it. It is saying that we are not getting the model right where we are calling it models. We are not able to find it. So let's just do one thing. Let's do maybe let's call it from here. No modulus text arena. Uh, if I am taking a reference from here, it is just doing one thing. It is making it quite complex. But I did the same in here also. Like I'm calling it from there. So it is saying that there is okay. My bad. We are not getting this thing. We have it right. Do we need to set? But for this we have not set anything, right? How is it this thing is working but not that? Because they are the same, right? Okay, we are failing to connect to this slash WebSocket because I don't think so. Okay, the main issue is we are not able to connect it with that part, or maybe not. Let's see if I'm using this thing. If the error remains, or is it going to? Okay, we are getting the same error. But let's try it out with this first. Let's see if we are able to resolve it. We are having env inside which we have text arena X in NB. This server should be live, but it is not. So maybe that was the reason. And we inside this, we should be able to get what? X arena, right? Module this indicates that the Python can't import this reward import from being import from readme reward from this reward.py are not correctly structured for Python package. The reward.py file attempts to import a model using absolute or direct. Since this error occurs, we open in the library source code this and not directly in the selector cell. I can't fix it by modifying only the selected cell. The resolution would require editing the rewards.py file in the clone. Check the structure of this. Provide the fixing info. So, are you saying this thing is wrong? Because it is using an absolute path. Is that what you are trying to imply? Let's try to run this thing. Import thing is being fixed. While a part will not work because this thing is not working. We accept this thing. But Waddle will not definitely not work because this thing is not working. I know that much. This thing might not work. Or does it work? We needed to use Postman to test it maybe. The same thing is needed to be done over here also. Okay. Times out error. We are not able to access in this thing. I think that is what the error is. Yeah, we are not able to take this step because that thing is not working. So that is the case for now. To start this thing will, but we are not able to. Yeah, we are getting this error now. I think this thing is not working because of this, how it is set up, because I think our p current PIR, I think this is the command. We are into the bash. I think that is the case, or is it? Yes. Yeah, we are inside the content. ls. We are having this thing and this thing. We needed to set some other things to it so that it can work. Okay? But we understand overall how is it happening. Okay, we are giving it guesses or the input sample input. Okay, from which it is guessing. Okay, and it is running till we are able to guess any of it correct. Okay, if it is correct, then it is breaking. Yeah, that is what happened. The word can be either of them. Okay, If we are guessing it correctly, it is saying done, and if it is not, then yeah, we are far from our real thing. Yeah, we understand what is happening together. Let's just skip this thing for now because the server is not working, so we are not able to access it. Okay, we can be able to access it in here. Let's try to run it here. Let's just restart it. Okay, so, and let's try to send this H message. Okay, is this what happening? We need to pass it at like this. We need to pass it like this, I guess. Okay, this is how it looks like slightly. Yeah, it worked. Step completed. You are playing this game. Okay, you are playing this. You have 6 attempts to guess for each wrapping with example apple. You can guess it like this. Feedback is this: gray, green, yellow, white, X round. Yeah, we will be penalizing. What is the penalty? Together we are not giving penalty. Current player ID is 0. Legal player is 0. Info is this. Waddle green 0. Waddle repetition is this. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's just try to copy it and try to give different things. It is taking it as a whole, okay, which is not a good thing. Is it continuing from where we left? Let's just see. Okay, we are repeating, so we are getting a -1 here. Let's get this. Okay, we are getting all the things. Okay, that is how it should looks like. Okay, the turn one, we are playing it like this. We are getting 0 reward. Done equals to true. It should be done in the first part, but the game continues and we are getting this -1 and -1. You are clear. Yes, and this. Okay, we have attempted 3 times, so that is why it is showing only 3 times, but we can attempt much more time. Let's try to attempt 2-3 times more. Taking the step. Let's try to get the state. Okay, it is just adding on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But it is also including this thing, right? Why is that the case? I don't know. Submit a word in the wrong format. Please make sure to use the square bracket. Okay, we in one time we are giving it in a wrong format. We were able to debug it. Okay. I get a little understanding of how is it working today. Let's just move on. OpenMP client are async by default. For example, notebook and simple script like .sync wrapper. Okay, is so it was a markdown, so that is why I was not able to click it. OpenAI client are async by default. It is async by default. Okay. For notebook and simple script, use .sync Okay, so yeah, if it is async by default, we needed to use dot async everywhere most of the time. Okay. For simple notebook, we can use it like this, but for production or training loop, we can use it like this. Simple concurrency concepts, or okay, if you this is a separate topic. If you wanted to understand it, how is it working, you can go to YouTube and ask it to explain how sync or synchronization works. Okay, they will there we can you can be able to understand what this thing is. Okay, particularly to connect three completely different environment: echo, catch, water. Okay, we are able to experiment between three things using the same interface. We are using this all three of them. We are using reset, step, x, and we have stated some of the actions, and we have given the states. Okay, that is understandable. The action and the observation type changes for environment, but the pattern never does. Okay, got it. Do we are we getting reward? We are getting reward on two bases, right? 0, 0.0 and 0.1, right? Not, it is not having a much complex thing. Why do we need it? Or how is it calculated? I don't know. Just let's just move on. Okay? Let me do one thing. Open a notebook. Just I will just delete this. Uh, can I delete this separately? Okay. I want to do first. Check to remove file. I have deleted it. Let's try to understand the second notebook. Okay. Are you sure you want to delete all the 120 items from your recent history? This can't be undone. Do I need any of this? Alright, let's just see. Let's just not delete it again for now. Let's try to read this thing. But before that, let's go to the second module's readme. Okay. How much time has been? Okay, we have spent 3 hours today. Should we continue? Or should we start tomorrow? What should we do? We can do a separate stream for these, okay? So that like our backend does not got compromised. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's not continue. We will be doing a separate stream on tomorrow. We'll make sure that we will be able to cover all these things, okay, all the modules at the very least. Then we will go experiment some of the things, and then we will be thinking of some of the use cases, and then we will be able to implement it on the, I guess, fifth and sixth. We need to submit it before it, right? So yeah, I think I will be able to submit it before it, because today is second. Today I will be able to understand these things, and then there are some of the things that I need to understand. So I need. Let me just draw a roadmap for my clarity thing. We will be covering it from tomorrow today. We will not be skipping this thing. Let's do it in here. So what I have thought, we have this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so this is 2, then we have 3, then we have 4, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we will be completing this thing by uh, by tomorrow. We will be covering this thing by tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we will be exploring some of the other documentations like the OpenMV. Okay, how is it? There are if there are some sample cases that have already been built, together we will be exploring, and also will be exploring. We will be deciding basically. There will be decide decide. I think this is the spelling. Deciding. Yeah, we will be deciding the 3 topics or the environment that we needed to choose. And I think we should be able to complete first environment, because for me environment it take time to complete it for the first time. Okay, we might not require that much time for the second and third third. Okay, so we will be able to complete it by okay, and 6th and 7th we will be mostly debugging it. Okay, we will be making improvements and we will be making debugging and improvements. And let's see, I am intentionally leaving one day out because I know when we try to build something on real time there might be some variable involved. Okay, so we might delay or we might have to do something else. Also we might to explore some of the things, so we might also have taken much more time than we initially thought. So that is why I am leaving 8 especially. Okay, also we need to submit it before 8. So I am just thinking why. Let's see what we will do. Okay, but this is the general plan. Okay, let's see क्या होता है. But today I am just leaving the stream early. this is the general plan. I will be updating all the things over here, and for tomorrow we will be having a separate stream for this thing. We will be exploring all these things. So yeah, if you have enjoy watching my stream, if you like the content that I have displayed today, okay, if you, or you wanted to have this type of stream going forward, I will be more than happy to do this type of stream also, okay, where I will be solving something or building something from the very scratch, and I will also be let you know that how we are able to make the understanding, because why I'm doing these things, okay, so I am genuinely I am intentionally choosing those topics which I'm not comfortable with, and I'm trying to teach you how you can come to a certain decision, and how you are learning a particular thing, and how our things are interconnected, and what are the things that you needed to do, okay. And even for the hackathon, this is my overall plan. That is how I was able to break down all the things, and able to understand what are the things, and able to explore all the things. Okay, so yeah, that is what I'm trying to teach. And if you wanted to see these type of content, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, have a good night.